Hi, I have wanted to do a video on chaga for probably 4 or 5 years, but I haven't because I guess I needed to get rid of my own hang-ups about putting myself out there. I have scoured so much information on how to process chaga when I had finally come by some, but we do like to go camping up north. This is very, very medicinal. I'm guessing if you're here, you know what chaga is. If not, real quick, it's a mycelium species. This came from a birch tree. The medicinal type grows 45 degrees latitude or further north. It's what the indigenous people of Siberia used to get through the harsh winters. And I tell you what, when we drink tea in the wintertime, then we don't get a cold. No self-respecting germ will live in our system. But I do also just kind of want to put out there that if you are able to find this or come by it, just be cautious when you're taking it off a tree. Leave some for the tree. After all, the tree produced it for a reason. You just don't want to take everything from nature. And unfortunately, I've come across a couple of birch trees that were just desecrated because somebody was trying to get chaga from it. So just be kind to nature and don't take all of it if you do come across some. I can also put a link to the health benefits of chaga, but there's a list probably the length of my arm of the health benefits for you, including and boosting your immune system. So when I get it, what I will first do is put it into a pot of water. I'll show you here. And I keep it on low. You don't ever want to boil it because you'll boil out the good components of it. So we'll make tea out of that. It tastes kind of woody, I guess. It's I don't know how to explain it. It tastes very much like it was part of the outdoors. Like the outside of it just looks like bark. It just looks like burnt bark. Like you would never know if you saw this on a tree that how good it was for you. And the inside kind of looks like cork. I've had these pieces a long time, so these are dried out, but usually, they shrink a lot when they dry naturally. But that's what it looks like. And I'll just take a piece and put it into a pot of water. And again, don't boil it because you don't want to boil out all of the good parts of it. This was a really good size piece. But after I use the pieces for tea, I will go ahead and grind up the pieces of the bark of the chaga and put them into a jar and add alcohol to it. So you're going to want to add at least an 80 proof vodka to it to make the tincture. Now, the reason for using hot water extract and vodka is because there's components that can only be pulled from the chaga, like good parts of it that can only be pulled from it, drawn out by hot water, and then the rest of it by alcohol. But naturally, you can use the whole piece, but if you can get tea and get benefits that way as well, then, why not do both? But after you grind up your pieces and add the alcohol to it, then it needs to be, I label them and I date the lid, but it needs to be put into a dark place for at least 2 months. And then you just shake it every day, twice a day. And then what I will do is use cheesecloth and put it into small bottles so that the tincture can be taken that way. I have had a lot of people have a lot of good benefits from this, and just people in my family, friends. I have a niece and a sister that have Crohn's and have used this and said that this helped them as well. So I can add a link to it. There's a lot of good pieces to it. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.